Hey guys, MICHELIN. Before getting into this 7-Eleven video, which by the way, 7-Eleven in Taiwan, I forgot how amazing it is. And their 7-Eleven, I feel like they leveled up since I've been there. Before that, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. I've been talking about and recommending Surfshark VPN for a number of years now. It's still something I run on my phone, I run on my laptop every single day. And if you're not using a VPN service right now, I highly recommend getting one. Nowadays, so much of our personal information is online, and some people are trying to gain access to your personal information to sell it to data aggregating firms. Others are trying to gain access to it for more malicious purposes. I actually know someone who did not hide their IP address, and someone got a hold of it and was able to track this person's location in real time. It's some scary stuff. So what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network. And what Surfshark VPN does is that it encrypts and secures your personal information before it goes over the internet. So people who you don't want having access to your private info, they're not gonna have access to it. Also, Surfshark has something called Surfshark Alerts. When someone's trying to gain access to something like your email, you're gonna get a notification right away. Also, on the entertainment side, if you want to check out what Netflix catalogs look like in other countries, you can actually use Surfshark VPN to change your location to a different country and check out their movies and TV shows. And vice versa, if you're traveling outside of the country, you're not gonna be able to access really any US streaming services. So you can use Surfshark VPN to change your location back to the US to gain access to those TV shows and movies you can only stream in the US. Also, a lot of US websites, even major ones, a lot of them don't even work when you're trying to access them outside of the country. So when I was abroad, even to pay my bills, I had to use Surfshark VPN. So if you want to give this a try, go to my link down below, use my promo code DUMPLING. You'll get 83% off your order and 3 additional months for free, and try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it for any reason, get your money back. All right, you got to check out this amazing 7-Eleven I found in Taiwan. 10 out of 10, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Good morning, Taipei. Let's go find some food. As soon as I get to Taiwan, it's gotta be a 7-Eleven tour. 7-Eleven is such a huge part of the culture here. You can buy pretty much everything you need in your daily life here. There's branches where you can do your laundry. There's 7-Eleven X now that we're going after this for lunch. 7-Elevens with a Domino's. If you wanna check that out, I'll link that video down below. Whoa, Lay's strawberry souffle chips. Lay's steak chips, truffle and steak chips. Whoa, this is cool. Tiger sugar ice cream sandwich. I think of all the 7-Elevens in the world, Taiwan and Japan are the best by far. And Taiwan might actually be the best because they make it so cool. The first thing I gotta eat is the tiger sugar ice cream sandwich. I've seen a tiger sugar popsicle, never seen a tiger sugar ice cream sandwich. How cool is that? Wow. This is a crazy looking ice cream sandwich. They also breaded the sandwich. It looked like those little Japanese jiggly cheesecake. So it's a layer of that, layer of brown sugar ice cream, a layer of the cake, a layer of vanilla ice cream. There's boba throughout. This is really, really good. Fluffy, eggy cake. Love the brown sugar ice cream. That boba is still chewy. Usually when you freeze boba, it's like an ice ball. Okay. Still chewy and delicious. This whole combination is so light, it's so creamy, sweet and refreshing. This might be the best ice cream sandwich ever made. First thing I eat in Taiwan for breakfast, ice cream sandwich, because why not? So Taiwan started this section, this food section. I've never seen it before. It's called like Michelin recommended. So I got a braised beef over rice and a beef noodle soup. I don't think this is from the Michelin directed section, but beef noodle soup, I want it. What I love about 7-Eleven here, the instructions are so simple. In front of every microwave food item, there's a microwave button number. So all you have to do is push that corresponding microwave button number on the microwaves here, and that's it. Pipe in hot food every single time. And this looks so good. Giant chunks of beef, potatoes, tomatoes over rice, all for about $3. This smells incredible, and there's enough sauce, so make sure to just mix it around so
all the rice is covered in this sauce. Whoa, this is so good. All I did was eat the rice part with the sauce. I haven't even had the meat yet. That alone is mind-blowing. You gotta get this if you ever come here. One reason I prefer 7-Eleven here in Taiwan, even over the ones in Japan, they give you a lot of food. You'll most likely be full after this. Very inexpensive and absolutely a flavor bomb. This thing is just pure umami. And also, you can taste the star anise, the different spices they use in here. And this goes perfect with rice. Oh my gosh, this is, I can't believe this is $3. Oh, so it's not potatoes, it's radish instead. I would have preferred potatoes. Radish is still good. Let's try a piece of this beef. So tender and so packed full of flavor. This is incredibly good. I'm so happy with this. It's such a great breakfast. Also a drink you gotta try when you're over here. So in the US, they have this thing called the AHA sparkling water. It tastes okay. Here, it's the same company, I'm sure. It's the OHA sparkling water. So much better, especially with lychee. Next up, braised beef noodles. Again, look for your number, which is 0. This beef noodle soup smells so good. Get out of freaking town. If I had this broth at any beef noodle soup restaurant, I kid you not, I consider that a top notch, like the 1% of beef noodle soup restaurants. And I'm having that broth here at a 7-Eleven in Taiwan. This is better broth than most beef noodle soup restaurants I've ever been to in the US, hands down. It's so good. You taste the beef, you taste the vegetables, you taste that delicious beefy oil, and that deep, rich umami flavor. Noodles pretty good too. Only thing this thing is missing is some vinegar. If I lived in Taiwan, I'd just carry around a little bottle of Chinese vinegar with me everywhere I go and just eat this all the time. The beef, I was trying to grab it with my chopsticks, it's kind of already falling apart. I know this is gonna be tender. I didn't think it was gonna be that tender. Good amount of tendon on there as well. Like, I'm not kidding at all. If you were served this exact same bowl of microwave beef noodle soup in the United States, you give it a 5-star on Yelp. Everything from the beef to the broth to the noodles, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Take a little break, eat some Lay's chips, strawberry souffle. I feel like in other countries, Lay's is kind of turning into the Kit Kats of flavor. They owned by the same company? Maybe. It really tastes like a strawberry souffle. No, it's really good. This is a triple cheese sandwich. You heat it up in the microwave. This is good. All the awesomeness of the soft, fluffy sandwich bread you find at 7-Elevens in Asia with cheese inside. So the first one was like American cheese. This one, sweet cream cheese. Oh, yummy. And the last one, mozzarella. I should have saved some of my beef noodle soup so I could have dunked this in. This would have been a really good dunking sandwich. This is a sandwich I've never seen before in 7-Eleven. What an awesome audition.
Lunch is gonna be at 7-Eleven X. Oh, 现做热便当. So this is freshly made meals. So to purchase a lot of stuff here at the 7-Eleven X, I needed one of these iCash cards. And the 7-Eleven X uses the iCash card. So this is a card you can use here, you can use on the metro. Really useful to have. Also kind of looks like the X-Men membership card. There's a Cold Stone Creamery inside the 7-Eleven as well. There's also grocery store items here. Seafood, meats, vegetables. There's pastries, little stuffed animals. Wow, so these are meeting rooms that you could rent inside a 7-Eleven. 个人包厢, yeah, you could just rent these, have meetings, maybe have lunch. There's a 7-Eleven Cafe Reserve. Kind of reminds you of the Starbucks Reserve. And they're serving different types of lattes, drinks. They're serving mochi donuts as well. And finally, deep on the other end of the store is a 7-Eleven X, which is all manned. So I got my lunch. I think it's roe, so it's stewed pork below the fried eggs, some greens over rice. Really a hefty amount of food for about $2.70. Stewed meat over rice is excellent. There's such a good mix of fat and lean meat right here. And the sauce is so deep and flavorful, goes perfect with the rice. This is ridiculous.
This is such a bargain. No wonder when people get out for lunch, they all just go to 7-Eleven. Imagine that, a place where your coworker asks you where you want to go for lunch and you tell them 7-Eleven, and it's not a joke. Also, from the 7-Eleven Reserve, that's beautiful. This is a rose oolong milk tea. Oh, it smells so rosy. How do you pronounce this cafe? Like, huh? Something like that? Oh, this is so good. It's a foamy fruit tea with flower petals on top. Ah, it's so cold and refreshing. Not overly sweet as well. This is really yummy. Oh, I remember this. This is a great instant noodle. So this is like a small automated 7-Eleven. Whoa, look at this. When you walk close, it opens. They sell ready-to-go hot pots in there. I mean, not an actual hot pot, like a mala tang, slices of meat, some eggs, ramen noodles, a little congealed blood, tofu, all soaked inside a mala sauce. That's really good. The broth is super nummy. Like one sip, I feel it right in my nose. Super peppercorny, very spicy. Oh, I expected this ramen to be completely soggy, but it's not. That broth is just pure mala flavor essence. To be honest, I was kind of skeptical, but this is really, really good. All for about $3. The noodles definitely soaked all that flavor up. Tofu's delicious. Meat is tender. Wow. So business people come to 7-Eleven, just rent out the entire meeting room, just conduct business meetings. Why not? You're surrounded by food. Anyone gets thirsty or hungry, just step out and grab some. That's a really good idea. Those are so good, by the way. Go get yourself a little mini hot pot at a local Taiwan 7-Eleven. And for dessert, a little fluffy strawberry bun. Super, super airy, soft and fluffy with a creamy, fruity center. A strawberry boucher. If you're ever in Taiwan, get yourself one of these. This is a perfect lunch dessert. Last lunch of the day, I really wanted to try this instant noodle. I got this at the first place today, but I totally messed up on making it, so second try. That is pretty good. There's rehydrated cabbage in here. It's nice and crunchy. The noodles are thick and chewy. Tons of heat, tons of numminess, good soy flavor, and I got some mala oden from their oden section to eat this with. Fish cake on a stick. Both of these, spicy and nummy. The oden broth is pretty good as well. Fish cake galore. I love the smell of these as soon as I walk into a 7-Eleven here. That smells so good. Different types of fish cakes. This one with fish roll inside. Perfect combination with these dry, spicy noodles. All right, I'm gonna walk around that just a little bit, and I'll see you at dinner. I could eat at Taiwan 7-Elevens every single meal for the rest of my life. I would never be bored. This dinner, I got a lot of cool stuff. Egg and crawfish sandwich, roast milk tea. I found a couple of bowls of new instant noodles to try that look amazing. Tea eggs, of course, must get if you come to a 7-Eleven here. Before all that, panini. So you can buy these packaged paninis in the 7-Eleven Taiwan, and they'll heat it up in a panini press for you. So this is just fresh off the press, and it's piping hot. And this is a pepper beef panini sandwich. I always recommend getting one of these paninis whenever you go to a Taiwan 7-Eleven. So this is modeled after a hujiao ping, which is a Taiwanese local black pepper bun stuffed full of meat and pepper. It's spicy, it's smoky, and this thing squeezed between two toasty pieces of bread. And I know exactly how to make that even better. I got a couple of tea eggs just for this occasion. Take a tea egg, squeeze it into my panini. Too good. Too good. First of all, tea eggs in Taiwan 7-Eleven has always been amazing. All that delicious flavors and herbs and tea completely steeps into the egg all the way to the yolk. In every bite, it's just so much flavor, so much fragrance. Add it to any sandwich or any ramen, it's gonna elevate everything. Chase it with some roast milk tea. Ah, so good. Let's try this crawfish sandwich. That is a delightful looking sandwich. Crustless bread, super soft and pillowy. Wow, this is excellent. Sweet crab meat. I think it's imitation crab, but honestly, who cares? It tastes good. A little mayonnaise. There's also popping caviar in here. I don't see it, but I can taste it. Also wasabi. Egg sandwich. Not as good as Japan, but it holds its own. This is really interesting. It says this is under the direction of a 1 Michelin star chef. It's pork, basil, and rice. This is really good. This dish, it's meaty, it's spicy, a little sweet, and just jam-packed with flavor. Wow, my mouth is on fire. Thank God I got this milk tea to kind of calm things down. The flavor of the basil is everywhere. It goes so well with the pork, with the rice. This tastes like something straight out of Thailand. Awesome dish. Now onto the instant noodles. I'm really excited for this one, so I'm gonna save it for last. First up, spicy oil dandan noodles. This is the first time I've ever seen an instant noodle come with a separate bowl. Why do I need an extra bowl? Let me figure this out. All right, I think I figured this out. There's definitely a lack of directions when it comes to making this instant noodle. I did a little research online. So apparently this is a soup bowl. So add the soup base into the extra bowl they give you. And after your noodle cooks, dump the excess water to the second bowl. And as I'm doing this, I think it probably would have been easier if you just moved the noodles itself over instead of trying to dump the excess water out. It doesn't tell you how much water to add. There's no marking on any of the bowls. I just added enough water to cover the instant noodles. Stir that up. So this is your bowl of soup. Tastes okay, just like instant noodle soup. In the noodle bowl, you're gonna add the sauce. And I already see that the sauce contains a lot of fat, which I'm very happy about. Mix that up. As I'm mixing, I definitely smell fermented beans in here. It really doesn't look like the red hot picture that they show you on the cover. I would say it's slightly above average. It's definitely a good amount of spice. You taste the fermented beans, the nice oil that's in here. With that said, nothing really too special about this, especially if you add some stuff in here, like luckily I have braised tofu, one of my favorite things, and add that into the instant noodle. Oh, so good. And when this thing is stewing, all that delicious soup, juice, herbs, and flavors just completely steep into the tofu. And whenever you take a bite, it's a juicy, juicy bite. That definitely made these noodles so much better. Stewed meatball, really good. Now, let's try this one out. I have high hopes for this one, mainly because it weighs a lot. This pack is a great sign. Whenever you get a pack like this from instant noodle, you know there's gonna be some good stuff in here. I can already feel the chunks of meat. So what you're supposed to do is put all the seasoning packs in first and then just pour hot water all over it. Well, I forgot the seasoning packs when I was walking to the water heater. It was kind of a trek, so I just put the water first and put everything else in right afterwards. It smells so good. It's so peppery and spicy and beefy. This is delicious. It's spicy, it's nummy. Really good texture in the noodles. Wow, the mouth feels fantastic. Real chunks of beef in here. This is why you won't find instant noodles like this at your local Kroger. A piece with beef tendon is melting in your mouth, tender, I kid you not. This is such a satisfying bowl of beef noodle soup. The broth has so much amazing beefy flavor in it. I mean, there's some serious mala going on in here. I don't think I've tried this particular instant noodle before, but this is gonna be a high recommend. This is so good. I'm putting my last tea egg in there. Tea egg soaked in that mala soup. That's the stuff. Forgot one last thing I gotta show you guys. I bought this. So you can get these fried tofu rolls and you can put them inside the oden, or you can just put them inside your instant noodles. So these are fried rolls of tofu, and you eat them with food items that has really delicious soup, like this instant noodle, and you just soak it in there. And it will get soft once it soaks up all that soup. It will help if the soup is much hotter than it is right now. It's like a hot pot ingredient. That's so good. Countries with the best 7-Elevens, I would put Taiwan at the top, tied with Japan, or it might be a tiny bit better. Taiwanese people embrace 7-Elevens. There's so much great stuff in here. There's always cool promotions going on. Some 7-Elevens you can go do your laundry, some you can go take a shower, some you can go have a meeting. I just love going there for my meals. Like I said, every single time I go in, find something I never tried before, it'll blow my mind. Case in point. That wraps up another fun food day here in 7-Eleven in Taiwan. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.